Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Skizzy. Today is the 16th day of the third month. It is Corona Day. I've got some good news, I've got some bad news, I've got a lot of shit to talk about. Let me check to make sure my shit's working. Hold on. Check. I think it's working. Hey Joe, how you been?
Cool.
You been doing some work in there, doing phone calls and shit?
Yeah.
Should I turn the mic off so we can talk about it?
No.
Oh, okay. We'll write it down so we don't forget that.
Okay.
Doing so much business, hey? Mm-hmm. Taking phone calls, doing productions.
Yep.
The phone's been ringing off the hook since our debate, but we'll talk more about that later. We are, got some good news and bad news. And we'll get to it after we do the top of the hour walk and play another song, eh?
Yeah.
That's the 3 Trolling, so welcome to the show. Right at the
Hi.
very beginning you were here, congratulations. I suppose, or, sorry, you have to listen to the whole thing in real time, which is unpleasant.
Says you.
Says I.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer watching it in double speed.
Mm-hmm.
Much prefer it. Theremin Trees just came out with a video on...
Oh, did he?
Yes, on infantilization.
Oh.
It's very good. It was right after I did the debate. I brought up a little bit of infantilization and accused them of it, but some of the topics we were talking about. So flying spaghetti monsters, always watching out for us to.
Yeah, Themin Trees is always talking about subjects we've just been talking about. It
Yeah,
feels like.
that's right. Yeah.
But I think that we're just talking about so many subjects that, of course, he could pick a subject.
No, that's
They would
not
align
what
with
it is.
us.
Flying spaghetti monsters whispering to him and telling him things that is for us to hear. That's not how it works at all.
Man,
You
confirmation
misunderstand.
bias.
Yeah,
So difficult to get over.
I know. You gotta learn to embrace your confirmation bias. Otherwise, you're not really going to see the big picture here. Yeah.
The messages from the god.
Yeah. But the point about that was that by the end of the video, I turned it back up to full speed. Like some of the dudes come at sort of like this different pace, especially when it's scripted. Some of them pack it so dense that it's like almost at double speed. And so then you're like, oh shit, I gotta slow it down and fucking catch up to his cadences. But by the end of the 30 minutes, like, yeah, let's go double speed. Woo!
Back to double speed. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's why it was especially excruciating to live stream the 2.5 hour video that we posted. Let's tell you about our experience. Today is going to be about that experience. So, because the point is, as a YouTube content creator, the best thing to do is to make content that creates its own content. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, right?
So we go out on the weekend for like 2 hours, film some shit, post it. That gives us all kinds of content. Talk about it. That gives us all kinds of content. We're gonna review it live. Then we're gonna fucking call people up. We're gonna do so much fucking content about that 2 hours right there, because that's how YouTube works, right? It's fun. It's like mirrors and smoke. I mean, it's all self-referential like a snail. So much busy work. Maybe if you listen closely, you can hear the deals going on in the background. But anyway, we did that debate. Tons of people were like, the good news is the debate went great. Oh wait, I can't get to the good news. Never mind the good news. Forget about that. Before that, I've got to do the top of the hour walk, and I've got to do it by like memory. Usually, Joe's sitting right here, like going down the list, and I'll be like, yes. But now I got to think about it. Go check out our Patreon. There's lots of things you can get over there, and don't believe what it says over there, because everything it says is a lie. Because we've totally changed the tier rewards. Hey, since we're on lockdown, we'll probably do that. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's show. Fix the Patreon. But we very much do appreciate our Patreons quite a lot over there. I mean, we don't do much to appreciate them, but like inside ourselves, we have some appreciation, right? And we cashed out the Patreon recently for some $94, which is sort of half as much as we need to get like shirts. But it's gonna work. It's gonna be all right. Eventually. And check this shit out. We only need 43 more subscribers to get to our 1,000 subscriber mark, and then not only will we be getting this here Patreon money, we'll be getting the YouTube money. So I Lesson 3 Trolling, by the way, for those of you who are watching in the future, not here with us, just sitting here talking about it, is our big Patronium of the month. Thank you very, very much. We very much do appreciate your Patronium age. Let's see. Is that it for the top of the hour walk? Yeah. So if you're going to record this or any of the other things, do send in for the send a self-addressed stamped envelope here, because we'll get you some placebo. Maybe we'll move the placebo around, because I know you guys are putting this on cassettes for the for the trip into work and all that stuff, and listening to it in public places. And so I'd really like it if if the thing that you pirated it onto was at least carrying the brand, you know what I mean? So send in because we're going to have a lot of shows right now because of lockdown, eh? So I guess I did the thing. I don't want to do it without Jo here. It's kind of news to her as well. Eyes Through Trolling says, really, I'm tithing the most? It's only $5. Well, yeah. This month, it's you and two others, Steve Moser, the Cincinnati Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, and the Whore of Babylon, who are supporting us for this month, and we thank you muchly. And this is the 5th month that Lesson 3 Trolling has supported us in this way, and the Whore of Babylon has been supporting us for quite a long time, and we very much appreciate all of that support. We're about to hit this 1,000 thing, and the algorithm is just going to lose its mind and just start suggesting us to everyone and be like, who's totally proven themselves as a good faith YouTuber? Fucking The Dork Shop. And then we'll do like a brand switch, so we'll have to get another 1,000 subscribers. It's going to be great. Alright, but look at there's still no Josephine, so let's listen to this song, and then we'll talk about the news. Hopefully, if she gets back in the next 5 minutes and 15 seconds.
No space, L-shaped Tetris, tile seeking somewhere. To fit in, alien. Come on. Just was such a smells like jungle coming out of the wood. And coming out of the woodwork, just smells like jungle coming out of the woods. And coming out of the woodwork, just smells like jungle coming out of the woods. Just smells like jungle coming out of the woods. And coming out of the woodwork, just smells like jungle coming out of the woods.
Hello there. It's me, Schizophrenic. Joe's back. She's done all my
Hello.
work. All the studio stuff. Safe word studio stuff.
Right?
Yeah. Hopefully it was for the Pastafarian stuff and not all your pornography stuff. Hopefully you didn't leave your duties here. No. I suppose those are your primary duties, eh? We were talking
The
though.
whole studio is my primary duties.
Yeah, you're the primary
Either
duties.
or
Yeah.
projects.
Your duties.
Duties.
Right
Right now I'm rolling a joint.
Those are your duties.
Yeah.
Well, do your duty. And Godspeed in your duty. As you discharge your duty, as it were. Redonk says, I'm gonna have to come back to this one, guys, and catch it later. Have a good one, though.
Hey, Redonk.
Yeah, see you in the future. You know, it's really weird how moments like this sort of keep echoing. It's weird, the shape of time. But yeah, see you in the future. And yeah, if we say anything here that's really, really stupid, be like, oh, that's stupid, and then we'll talk about that. Because that's what we like to talk about. Stupid stuff. We did the top of the hour walk. We've done our homework there. And so now it's time for the good news, which is I've fucking won the debate. Destroyed this fucking guy. We'll watch it and you can judge for yourself. But, you know, if I'm going to lead the witness a little bit, I fucking owned him. Like, he should be really, really, really embarrassed about his performance. And we'll see if he is. You know, if we can get to the end of it, maybe we'll give him a call. Maybe we'll go see if he's posted anything about it. I haven't found anything, but I didn't do any searches today. This morning, I was, you know, doing other shit. I didn't think about it today until just now. Sorry, everybody. Didn't think about it. Why are you so mad at me? Alright. So I won. We'll watch it, and you can judge for yourself, but you'll
So that's the good news.
definitely agree with me.
Well,
That's the good news.
congrats.
The bad news is I definitely have corona. I took a corona test, and I tested positive. So, gonna be on full-on lockdown. I was watching the television the other day. Television, like pseudo-television, you know, internet's television. What do we call that? I guess I was YouTubing the other day.
Yeah, internet.
YouTubing television shows? I don't know even how to describe that thing. I was flip-flopping, probably is what it'll turn out to be when they use their space
Channel
language.
surfing was the other word we used for the TV.
Well, that still is an
Flip-flopping.
old-timey term. I'm just trying to figure out. No, flip-flopping, that's the future term.
Oh,
Because it's like
nice.
future flip-flop.
That's cool.
You gonna like that shit? You gonna fucking start up the joint already?
I think so.
All right, it's time to go. Why don't
I
you
mean,
start up these start up
Because
your
we're
engines, ladies
celebrating
and
your
gentlemen?
good news. You won your debate.
And the bad news, fucking quarantine forever, except for Saturday when I'm going to go out and preach. So I was watching the television thingy, and fucking Geraldo was on, and he was like, look, if you can fucking hold your breath for 10 seconds, you fucking don't have it. You definitely don't have it. And so I was like, oh, cool. You know, it's like that thing where if you put your hand over your face, you definitely don't have cancer. And so I checked that, and I was like, yeah, I don't have cancer. And so, you know, Geraldo's like, so let's do it, everybody. And I was doing it, and oh my gosh, this like feeling of dread and like claustrophobia overcame me, and I couldn't hold my breath for 10 seconds. And so I got it. Yeah, so sorry. But everyone here has it because it incubates for 10 days. And so those are the first symptoms of it, is you can't pass the Geraldo test, which I can't pass because I get really freaked out. I've tried it over and over, and I just get really fucking scared, and like, and then I'm like, can't catch my breath, and so I always fail that test. Ugh. And in fact, thinking about it right now is yeah, goodness gracious. And so, yeah, it's not just a that's the problem with Corona. It's not just like a boomer killer. It's a mind killer. You know what I mean? Fear. It's the fear is the mind killer.
The panic.
Yeah. So I've tested positive for Corona. And so I'm on lockdown, full on lockdown. But that's what's good about that is Mitt Romney's going to give me $1,000 for getting Corona now, for this month and next month. I think is what I heard. So thanks, Mitt. That's cool. You know, get in touch with my congressman or whatever. I don't know how government works, but you know where I live, right? Because of the NSA. So send that if you would. Thank you. So yeah, so I probably had it on Saturday when I debated this guy, and I have to confess to you that even though if you've watched it already, that nightmare of a 2.5 hour thing, I'm very vigilant about it in the beginning. At the end, I just fucking shake his hand like as a stupid fucking childish way of attempting to show good sportsmanship, stupidity, and probably fucking coroned him right there. So, oh well. You know, even our best intentions really fucking corona the whole world. What are you gonna do? So yeah, so we're gonna go over that. I'm gonna go over like the worst parts, my most embarrassing parts. I did some really stupid stuff. One of which, said that the Pyramid of Giza was made from 3,500 years BC, and it's 2,500. I'm so fucking embarrassed. And so you know, if he comes in here and like you totally lost the debate, I see his argument, but you know, I think you might see it from my point of view when we hear some of the things that he said. You know, some of the subtle sort of contradictions he made that might undermine his arguments. So yeah. So anyway, if you want Corona, if you like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take my fucking Corona vacation and try to isolate myself, get my immunity up, get over it, and then come out of my Corona shell non-contagious. I can definitely bless you with the Corona, eh? And you can build that immunity so that you can so come on down to Denver and
bless you with it. Nice. Damn,
yeah,
that's twice.
Why are you so mad at my soda pop? Because it's not cherry. Today, because everybody's been hoarding all of the soda pops, we're totally out of berry cherry cola.
That's true.
We have just fucking put up with this fucking not cherry cola. Not only is it cherry, not cherry. It's not very cherry, right? Like I'm used to double cherry. I'm used to cherry squared, basically. Now I got like full zero. Yeah, so anyway, I got Corona. My eyes hurt. It's very, very bright in here. I've got a headache, splitting headache.
Fever.
A little bit of fever, and, you know, I'd really like to eat some brains. It's very weird. Like, I've never wanted, like, calves' brains or monkeys' brains before, but it's like, you remember that scene in Indiana Jones?
Sounds interesting right now.
So I don't know what the fuck that might mean. At all. I can't even imagine what it might mean. So, please... if you have a sort of inkling on what might be happening to me, please do let me know. Let's see. Let me check my notes here. I've got a lot of notes to go over before we really get into the street debate and go over each of our very, very intelligent and well-reasoned arguments. Also, I'll go over the stuff that doesn't have a video for it, just to be clear over what's happening. If you guys are like, what the fuck is going on? I can just, like, go over it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some parts that are mumbly, so you can be like, here's what they're saying.
Right. So, I was checking Twitter today, and apparently Idris Elba has it, and so I don't want to break Twitter, and, like, you can hashtag Skitsmitch and whatever, but, like, don't worry, I'll be fine. Flying Spaghetti Monster's looking over me. I'm only 42, which is, like, the magical number, right? Is the answer. So either I'm definitely dead, because I'm 42, and I can't fucking dodge it. It's been 42 this whole time that I was going to die. Or, like, no, this is the best time, so I'm going to dodge the bullet at 42. So I don't know. They were talking to me in this thing about, like, what the fuck do you mean free will is not free? And I was like, you guys can't see my argument? Like, I very much was surprised by that. So I'm going to go over it right now. If God saw what was going to happen to you at the end before he even created you, and then he chose to create you, and then wants you to do something other than what he knows you're going to do, he's the crazy one. Because you're on a rail relative to him, right? He can't watch you to get off the rail when he knows you won't, right? Mm-hmm. From his point of view, you are not free at all. He knew all of your decisions. So where is the freedom? Mm-hmm. There is none. You cannot disappoint him. You literally cannot. Right?
Yeah.
And that's their point of view.
Yeah.
So they have to derive freedom if they're going to claim freedom. Right? They have to derive free will from something, and I don't see anything to derive it from. All they're saying is it seems like we have free will. And I'm like, yeah, but that's an illusion contradicted by your mythology, so where you think it comes from? He just says we have it, so we have it. We absolutely don't. We cannot disappoint him. Satan could not have done otherwise. Jesus the Creator, chose the end from the beginning. Mm-hmm. You can't get off the rail any more than he can. So, I think that argument is pretty fucking valid. Alright, let's see what else. We were talking about the Pirate of the Flying, or the Latter-day Pirate. That's my brain always approaches those group of words from the wrong side. The Latter-day Pirate was posting, we were talking about him the other day, and but the problem here is, all these people are going to overshadow my thing, like you're supposed to, as a YouTuber, and I mean, no, I really do like it, like, go check him out, but like, what if he gets to 1,000 before we do? So,
well,
just,
good for him.
Just hold off on your content.
No, he'll bring us in to help
until
write his
we
jokes.
Until we get to 1,000. No, just take. So, I guess that's the risk. But, that is the whole point, is the paradigm of, like, gurus, students and teachers is such fucking bullshit. So, yeah, like, definitely post some shit. It is a bunch of voices that, it is the multifacets of the voice that makes the argument believable. Yes. So, yeah. Even if you're going to, like, be better at me at my own shtick, that's fine.
Please.
I don't mind. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Write your own scriptures.
Yeah.
It's the only way we can understand all each other.
Yeah, you can do my bit better than me, that's fine. That won't make me sad at all.
Like this joint and cheer you.
So, more bad news, some really more bad news, more of a confession. It's not really bad news, it's just like, listen and believe if you can this story. So, last week I've been very, very excited about this fucking street debate, and I didn't think it was going to happen, and I thought he was going to fucking chicken out, and so every fucking day I dared him to fucking show up, and he did, and it was rad. And generally people forget me in a week, and this guy I didn't let forget me. I talked to him every day, and I showed up on Saturday, and they were so fucking ready for me, and it was fucking great. So set my alarm clock for, he says, come on down at 11:45, like exactly he says, and so I set my alarm clock for 10 o'clock. Goes off. I get up, get all ready, come on down, fucking show up, eh? Mm-hmm. I didn't eat nothing.
Oh no.
Yeah. You
went and talked to them on an empty stomach.
I challenged the bigoted and racist ideas of the non-believers on an empty stomach.
I accept your confession.
Is that right?
Yeah. I've heard it. I mean.
Oh, I see. I
hear it. That's cool. Whatever. What lessons did you learn? Do you think that you would have done better with food in your tummy?
Oh, I definitely would have, yes. Cisco Perez here. Hey, hello.
Hello.
How are you? We are on Corona lockdown. How is Corona where you are at? Pardon me. Mitt Romney told me that he's going to give everyone $1,000, so that's good. That'll help with Corona, because, you know, I've got so much Corona right now. I can't even hold my breath for 10 seconds. Watch. See? Shit. Oh no, Geraldo. What am I gonna do? Oh man, it's getting worse, I think. Yeah. So again, yeah, Theremin Trees posted a video. Go check that out. It's about infantilization and how useful it is in keeping people in your cult. So, if you would like to pretend to be a child, please do check out our infantilization services over there at #Femdom.
That's exactly.
That's a, yeah.
Good joke.
It's a good joke. It's a pornography joke.
It's
You
a
know?
sex worker joke.
Sex work joke, yeah, it's funny. Fucking cola. Ugh. Oh, look at this joint right here. It's so fucking lit. I'm gonna fucking smoke it. One moment, please. I can play you a 5-minute song while I destroy the shit out of this joint, but, you know, this is good content.
Yeah. Behind the scenes.
Corona lockdown. Because in the future, you just skip it. So, yeah. So, I got this video, right? And I just started... I generally start the audio when I leave my car, and I stop it when I return to my car. And, because it can record all that, and it's nice to not fucking think about it at all. And, additionally, it, records the conversations that I have coming and going, in case I, have a conversation worth, showing without the video.
Yep.
So, you know, but the primary, I think, motivator is, just does its thing and I don't have to give a shit about it. And in fact, the one last year when I fucked up the audio on the 420 thing is because I was like turning it on and off and like futzing with it, and that's like not a good idea. So I don't know. I can't even remember why I was turning it on and off, but it fucking was stupid. Yeah. Anyway, this one's almost done. Hold on a moment.
Oh, because I think you were out for 8-hour days.
No, that's not it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well then.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not looking for the answer.
Oh.
Yeah. I appreciate that you're assisting me with that, but I'm just gonna put a question mark right there, and we don't care. That is the thing, you know, when you go to like a medical place and they hand you a thing and they're like, fill this out, you know, and it's like, can I just do the ones that are pertinent to me? You know?
Oh.
Like, if I'm coming for, like, something on my arse, and you're like, hey, how's your nose? It's like, question, right? Incomplete, moving on, right? Is that, like, why when I get a fucking, because they give the same one to everything, right? Is my point. Whatever you're coming into that office for, they're going to give you the same fucking papers, yeah?
Right.
So anything you come into that office for must be covered in those papers, right? So I think that follows that not everything that's in the papers is for what you're coming into the office for. Is that correct?
Yes.
So if I am coming into the office, can I only fill out the things that pertain to me, right? Or is that me being fucking antisocial? Like, is that me being fucking a rebel and fucking just trying not to conform? Because, you know, that's what it feels like. But then when I get that fucking that paper and I'm like, fill out everything perfectly, I really don't like that feeling at all. You know, like, how much anxiety they've brought into my thing.
Because Fill it up with all your problems.
Right. It's like, Doc, my arse is bleeding. Let's go from there, right? What's your question after that one? It's like, hold on. Is there anything wrong with your nose? No? But do your parents have a history of anything wrong with their nose? It's like, well, I guess no. Putting it to your digital assistant, hey?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Am I...
Nope, that one is spam. In fact, I'm going to turn the volume down because I've got it right next to me. I don't need to interrupt.
Oh, I see. We're going to just hear the bees buzzing, and then you're going to be all like glancing on it. And why don't you put it on here? Because this is what I use to make things not so annoying.
I'll do that.
I listened through trolling. Said, "Wait, I heard femdom. Now you have my attention." Yeah. You'd have to go see the. The other side of this studio. I'm sort of not allowed to encroach on that. They're like, hey, keep the brand separated. It's a big thing about their brand, is how they have brand separation. I don't know. Brands, man. They're so fucking OCD, you know?
Probably it has to do with lawyers and
I know.
shit.
The lawyers are fucking serious motherfuckers. Yeah. And it's like, hey, we're just doing a radio show. And it's like, no, you are risking the lives. And it's like, oh my God. Not just a radio show. These young impressionable minds. Oh, fuck. If you're under 18, fuck off, eh? This is adults only. This is adults only game. What are you fucking with for religion for? Wait till your brain is fully formed, you dumbass. Just sit there and let them fire hose physics into your brain. Could you? Just learn math, alright? You fucking kid. You kid. I can't even believe they let you drive, you kiddo.
Wow.
I know, it's fun to be old. Remember when you were a kid and you had to fucking care about that?
Yes.
There was a day where I never had to, and I acted like I did, right? Fucking, no way, I'm an old fucking man now. Fuck you kids, you don't know shit. Step up, bitch. I've got some debating to do, you think you know anything? You don't. Well, I've seen some kids that know some shit, but that's definitely not you, kid. Isn't that fun? So I'm like the total bad guy in this debate, right? So that means I can get away with practically anything. I had so much fun.
Because you called bad guy?
Because I'm the bad guy. Yeah. Heel. Take it. You get to be the face. I was listening to this wrestling guy talk about how it works, and he's like, the faces generally have a finisher that's like a pow, you know? So that they can...
Like there's a sound with it?
And no,
or it's just a big thing?
Yeah, it's very quick and there it happened, right? And that's the finisher, you know? So like, you could have a lot of setup, like he's getting ready, like you definitely look like he's doing it. But like, you get him in the move, you execute the move, they are out, you pin him, it's over. Right? Because that enables a lot of really exciting comebacks, right? It looks like he was out, and then out of nowhere, boom! He hit him with the fucking tombstone. 1, 2, 3, he was out. I lost my shit. Everyone was on the fucking floor, right? And then the bad guys generally have a finisher that's like, you grab them like this, and you hold them, and you hold them, and you hold them. You hold them, and then they're out, right? So that the bad guy can be winning. He's got it on there.
Booing louder and louder.
That's right, and we stretch it out, and we stretch it out, and he's gonna get it out. Is he gonna leave? He's not. He lost. And so right, so that's generally how that works, right? Like even the way they tell the story is different depending on what side of is the audience supposed to be with you, or are they supposed to be be like, how are you supposed to get away with that bad behavior?
So did you hear any audiences jeer at you?
Oh, it was beautiful. There was this one fucking guy who I was like talking to his man, right? And he was like definitely on his team, like more than just team, like he was another dude, right? Like more than just I'm a Christian and I'm the Christian side. I was like, I came here with this fucking guy. Might even preach on the same YouTube. We'll go check him out maybe later. And I just straight up shooshed him to his face. Like, he was down on the thing, I was like, shush. It's awesome. And then there's one asshole at the very end, when the debate's over, and I'm trying to fucking throw some consideration on the fucking poor moderator, trying to drum up some fucking parking money for this piece of shit, fucking screaming shit out like you're going to hell, you're having a demon. Shut the fuck up, eh? Jesus. You know, like, pick your time. Like... The audience is so stupid. He was all like, the audience will be the moderator. Oh, no, they will not. Christ. And because the only audience that was close enough to moderate were his shills. Like, everyone close enough to moderate was definitely his shill. Except for the fucking cameraman that came down to see us.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you guys see the video? Oh shit, this whole thing is broken.
Oh.
What happened? Maybe if I try this. Oh, it's the NSA. Hold on, I'm getting the... Yep, my sort of blocker here is showing me. Yep, the NSA has disconnected me. Let me see if I can... hold on.
Alright.
I can send it around the back.
Hold in.
I think I might be streaming though, so, you know, do be careful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You never know. The NSA is recording all of this. Check. Let me see. 1, 2. Check. Alright, I think I got it. Yeah, I think... You know what? I might not even broken the feed. Like, the NSA was definitely coming for it, shutting it down.
Got it in time.
Could be, because there's like a couple buffers that are included there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let me. I don't think I'll know until after, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. All right, so that was exciting. Yeah, NSA attack right there, another one. We're gonna have a lot of them during this during the whole lockdown. Because now that no one's got anything to do, we all have time for the conversation.
Yeah.
So, happily, we've got time, and we've got place, and we've got this joint right here that I'm about to fucking make sure is all the way down to the fucking paper. Can we make the card that we send out to them for the tape, can we make that out of something that burns not so harsh when you hit it with a fire, right? Like, right when it gets there. It like definitely tastes differently,
Right.
and you know that it's like not what you're smoking, but it doesn't fucking hit you like
no cards do.
a punch in your throat. Yeah,
Right.
like
I'm sure there is something.
like a
out there.
full-on breathing
Just
a
gotta Google
campfire.
that shit.
Yeah, Google that shit. All right. Pardon me. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Check. I talked about this. Check. Talked about this. So yeah, we were talking about Idris Elba. Sorry to take the fucking trending away from you, Idris, but I also have corona. So hashtag skitsmitch. Fucking zombie apocalypse. And sorry again for disobeying the fifth. And let's see here. What else do I got? I think that's all my notes. So, yeah. Alright, let me get my thing here and we'll watch
Nice.
the street debate. If you want to, if you guys are into that. Click, clack. If you've seen it, if you're here and you've seen it and you're like, please no. Please don't. I understand. But, so here's my... Because I premiered this at live speed, okay? First of all, I lived it at live speed.
Correct.
Secondly, I edited it at live speed.
Correct.
Yeah. Thirdly, I live premiered it at live speed. And fourthly, here we are going to review it at live speed for this show. So, if you're like, Mitchell, I am sick of this. Oh, are you? Yeah. Man.
Feel you.
Being sick of something and watching it again is generally a very painful experience, and how uncomfortable that must be for you. Yeah. I think that's... Oh, I think I only had firstly there. Did I firstly that? Maybe.
We'll have to review
Maybe.
later.
Yeah. So then let's see what else. Yeah. So let's watch it. Let's do it. Here it is on the entire screen over here. There. Look. Check it out.
Oh, fuck. That is less than 50.
That is less than 50. It's 43, isn't it?
Yep.
That's how math works, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I had this motherfucker tell me the other day that if you wanted to believe that the square root of 144 is not 12, if you wanted to believe it was 13, he could. And I was like, I don't think so. I don't think that's how believe works. So, I'd like to talk to him about that. Okay, so here it is. I was all ready, left my car, walked down there, and while I was walking to the location where the thing was supposed to be, I heard an amplified voice. Oh my, it was them. And they called out to me, and they saw me right around the same time I recognized them, and someone calls out, "There he is," or "Here's Mitch," or something. But it was pretty far away. They hearkened at my arrival. That was fun. From that moment on, it was just like, go. I was just in the fucking character, and it's quite fun. It's quite enjoyable, and it's just improvisational.
Yep.
It's just moments in a row. Time turns into this other thing. Whereas in normal life, you are trying to have
right.
long pieces of thought, or your moment is supposed to stretch out your consistency, right? You're supposed to think of yourself as who you are over all time, and but in improvisational games, the size of you becomes very short, temporarily. Yeah. So there's very, very few pieces to play with, and it becomes a lot easier game to play, and quite
simplified.
Yes, and quite fun. Or the demon took over my mind, and I just did what he told me to do. It's very hard to know.
Well, I felt similar to that. I'm looking at this thing on the screen here, and that's how I feel when I am just improving art.
Or driving.
Yes, driving too is another one that does that.
There's a couple places where we go into this sort of trance. Yeah, and if we're going to call it something other than ourselves, we better have a good reason for it, right? And if you can use it as a tool, especially to make a living with, right? You're golden, because you go through time at this whole different rate, It's not like time slows down. It's not like that at all. It's just each of the moment is like a tick of a clock, instead of just time flowing together, right? Yeah. And a lot of fun things happen then. And I come from a sort of a tradition of maximizing my emotionality, right? My emotionality might come from sort of a bipolar tendency, eh? Maybe culturally and genetically, I might have a tendency for bipolar personality. I don't want to call it disorder, because I think it's totally tameable, and I think the whole point is a disorder is something that's getting in the way of what you would like. Yeah. Right. And so I think bipolar is just a description of sort of a personality, eh? Not a way that people something that gets in people's way, eh? As autism doesn't necessarily get in people's way, right? You can't really call it a disorder if it's not harming the person, if it's not getting in their way. Like Tourette's, right? People really want it to go away.
Right.
It's getting in their way. People are like, I can't hold down a normal job. I can't be public facing at all. And I would like to, but bipolar is not that, right? But anyway, my religious upbringing sort of magnified that. The bipolar is also manic depression, right? It's one of the ways that we talked about it in the 80s and stuff. I don't know if we still use that phrase, but the whole point is there's mania and then there's depression, and the church exacerbates both of those.
Yes.
They not only...
And they control it too.
Yeah, they control your sort of swings.
Yeah.
They give you your twice a year sort of general conference. They give you your once a week thing. They give you your once a year interview. They set up all of your rhythms, And those rhythms were actually set up because it's most convenient for them, right? Like the major fucking...
Yeah, monthly you're doing the fasting and the bearing of a testimony, which all of those combined create this very spiritual kind of thing for a brain.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they had monthly and weekly.
Yeah.
Those rhythms.
And the shame would exacerbate your depression, a person's depression.
Yeah.
The shame and the guilt.
The constant looking for how I've messed
debt.
up.
Yeah.
Just your whole brain is taken up by their shit.
Yeah.
Of,
those kinds
I
of things
must
can...
thank God for this event. What's the lesson out of this event from God? And then the shaming.
Yeah.
Oh, I just fucked up, of course. Blah, blah, blah. I gotta now pray about it. Yeah, all that time.
Right, and you get to do that alone in your bed when everyone else is asleep, right? And just in your own mind when you're depressed, and you've got real great tools for just sliding into that depression.
Yeah.
And the elation as well. They call it, you can see it as the Holy Ghost, in fact. This fucking golden days of like, nothing can go wrong. This is EFY.
Yeah.
I'm on the hike. I'm on the trek.
Yeah.
And I'm starving. And I've hiked.
Drumming with happiness.
And the fucking sun is shining. And I'm exhausted. And they're giving me spam. And it's so delicious. And I can feel that Holy Ghost. And I'm so elated. And so, if the depression of bipolar disorder is bad behavior, so is the elation. But you have the tools, again, to magnify it as much as you want. Starve yourself and call that inspiration, right? In the same way as like stay up all night and then think of those things as your genius moments.
Right.
Or smoke a joint and then write down that as if it's your creative side. And they just pretend like, no, that's not at all what we're doing. And we're like, yeah, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
So, I have a history of that. Genetically, socially, and personally, historically, right? I did it. That's what the mission is, right? So, yeah, here I am, doing it, right? Like, during that day, when I woke up to the debate and went to sleep after many hours of editing and fucking live premiering and everything at like 3 a.m. or whatever, that was, the mania of a sort of
completion
of a cycle. Yeah. A week's worth of work culminating in a theatrical piece, and
it going well.
Yeah, it went really well. Feeling good. Thinking about the review of it, like seeing things on the tape that I didn't notice, and feeling like embarrassed, and realizing that no, I am proud of this piece, and seeing all the things that actually did work. We're in this sort of space of, like it cannot be denied that the things that I was feeling are what religion claims.
Yes.
And so,
Yeah.
I am doing it with anti-religion. There it is, right? Do it. If you're like, no, it will never reach the heights that I reached at EFY. Motherfucker. Debate. Pastafarian debate in the streets. It works for me. You'll feel it there, If you feel it at EFY, maybe you'll feel it here. That's the point. Run the experiment. I fucking dare you, because I just did. And it hit me exactly where they were hitting me in the cult. So I can deliver the goods. If you need cult in your life, I can fucking deliver that shit. I charge you way, way less than the 10% of these assholes that are behind the curve, even on Corona. Dude, fucking check out my feed and see how soon I was like talking about Corona relative to the President of the United States, relative to the Pope, relative to the fucking prophet of the Church of the Latter-day fuckfaces. Dude, who's ahead of the curve here, right?
Yeah.
Fuck off. Prophets? Bullshit. More like prophets, am I right? Yeah. Unfortunately,
Dollar bills.
some of this stuff only works in print, so what are we going to do? Please do write this down
Because they sound the same.
and check out all the puns, would you, please? Your mum sounds the same. All right.
Yeah, so bringing my mom like that. What could you?
So I was feeling really good. I was very, very excited. I walked up and here they are. Let's do it. Should I turn this down? Let's do it at normal speed. So that's them calling out to me. It's going to be bad, I think.
I'm well.
So I left all of those in, and my sincere apologies, but this video is meant to be unedited. Like, presented as, this is just sort of like the bulk of what I've got on that,
Right here? Should we do it
so
here?
that you can see anything.
Right here? Should we go to the other place? I can set up over there.
So I begin the conversation.
I'm not
going
gonna touch you.
Okay.
Just because of Corona, no offense. I
So what's up?
hope. Generally, I would shake your hand, but they told me don't touch anybody.
Is that what they said?
That's what the
I
news
know, I
said.
approached his friend.
Said don't touch people.
Because Joe's preaching.
Also, I don't know if I have it. I don't want to give it to you.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy
So, where's this
also
Catholic guy?
preaches to
What's that?
YouTube. You can see him on Ekklesia page.
Joseph?
Yeah, Joseph lined up a Catholic moderator. I'd like to talk to him before we start. Do you know when he's going to be here?
Yeah, I don't know where Russell is.
Cool.
What time is it?
I don't know. I don't have my clock on me.
It's 11:24.
Yeah.
So he should be coming, hopefully. Let me,
So he's preaching before he said he would, just to be clear.
you know, we can, oh, hey, buddy. Careful.
We can what?
We could even, I mean, you know, we could get started.
Yeah, we
you know,
can.
Without him, but
This guy
you
wants
know,
to
one
get
thing
started.
that I think is going to be the key point, brother, because I've seen your videos, and
Which video did you watch?
I know you
What
like
was it
to
called?
overtalk
Which
people,
video did you watch?
Like they're doing now.
Which video?
A lot of several of them.
What was it?
So, he thinks I'm not allowed to do the thing that I'm doing right there, and I definitely am, because he made a claim. He claimed that he's seen my videos, and so after that he has to shut up and wait until I accept his claim, right? I will say things and be like, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? He has to submit to cross-examination after you make a claim, and he definitely doesn't.
Yeah,
And
Right.
Instead of being like, yes, he gets to talk right here, he's like, you don't get to talk because I don't want you to talk, and that's not at all how conversations can ever work. If that's how you do conversations, people aren't talking to you. You're talking to them. Right? So, this guy has that problem, and so he's not listening to me at all because he thinks he's allowed to do that. He thinks that's what I'm doing, and I'm definitely not. What I'm doing is listening to them and talking, and they think what I'm doing is talking over them. So, I can do something that they don't even believe is possible. So, I'm way ahead of them. So that's what's going on. And if you'd like to learn how to debate in the style of Mitch, come on down to the Corona camp, where we're going to learn how to debate, and we're going to learn how to grow weed, because right now I think is the time to fucking plant your weed plants, ladies and gentlemen. Get them seeds cracking.
Fuck yeah.
Depending on where you are in the sort of elevation and latitudinally.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so this guy thinks he's got me nailed, and he's not going to let me talk over him. And, yeah, so this is going to be fun. He tells us his name later. We can go look at his face. I'll show him to you when the video shows up.
Cole.
Back to my. Well, I don't pay attention to that.
Oh, so you watched but you didn't pay attention. Continue
I
with your
paid
statement.
attention.
So you've watched my videos,
So, again,
and you think the key
point
problem's going to
the point is,
be, yeah,
Mitch, is that you're an overtalker, and we all know that.
over talking.
So
What's the
let's
problem
be
with over talking?
respectful
What do you
towards
mean?
one another.
Are you saying
and
that
let's
over talking
have a
is not
debate.
respectful?
Let's have a good conversation.
Did you hear what I just said?
Go ahead.
Did you hear me?
What'd you say?
Did you hear me?
No, because you're over talking me. And I started. Go ahead.
When you overtalk me, I can hear you. Can you hear me when I overtalk you?
Well, because I have the mic now.
Can you hear me when I overtalk you?
So let's do this. When we have this little
So I don't know why people can just walk away from questions as if they didn't. Like, when we approach each other and use the fucking word debate, and they feel like they can just walk away from questions, I don't know what they think we're doing. So, yeah, this is crazy, isn't it?
Discussion.
You're not the moderator. You're not the moderator. The moderator will tell us these things, yes? He will set the rules, correct?
Okay.
What's your name?
I'm Steve.
Steve, you're an idiot. Do you agree?
No.
Cool. Let's prove you're not an idiot, shall we? That will be our debate, Steve.
Let's do it.
Who shall moderate our debate, Steve?
Well, we can have Russell.
Let's get him then. Call him up.
Yeah.
And then we'll debate. And then you'll tell Russell, it hurts my feelings when Mitch overtalks me. And then he will enforce the rule that you made up for our debate. Sound good? Steam yourself?
I shut Steve's
do.
mouth.
Okay.
I'm
You
quite
smoke
proud
weed,
of that.
Steve?
I do
I came out
not. You?
swinging.
Not today, I don't.
So, let's talk a little bit about expectation, okay? Because expectation generally fucks you up.
Yes. Fuck yes.
Not just you, Joe. Like, I know that you believe me, but it turns out to not just be you. I'm not accusing you. But all of us. My apologies. It does some other things maybe. It's a tool for other things maybe. But let's not worry about that right now.
Correct.
It's
Yeah.
very, very good
I
at
agree.
fucking you up.
Yeah. On both those statements now. Is good in other areas.
Maybe. I don't even care. We don't even have to prove it. I don't even care if it is. Because this other thing is still true. So I think that's what my friends here's problems are going to be, is that they were looking forward to this week and writing scripts and expectations. And then when they get here and they keep attempting to overlay that expectation onto what's happening. And that will fuck you all day because you are the worst at predicting what's going to happen. So bad at it. I literally was afraid that all of this was bullshit and he was just going to get me arrested.
Yeah.
I was going to walk up and he was going to be like, "It's him, officer," and fucking
Yeah,
on
you
the
brought it up a
ground,
few times.
fucking
You were like,
concrete. And I'll be like,
trap. It's a trap.
and I'll be like, no. This is a misunderstanding. He invited me. And someone will be screaming in my face, "Stop resisting." And I'll just die of corona in a box somewhere, right? So, that didn't happen. I'm very happy that at least Joseph was trustworthy in that respect and regard. So, yes, you can't predict the future. You cannot. The sort of probability waveform, like if you believe in free will, which you may, I'm not telling you not to. I'm telling you, if you've derived it to your satisfaction, then believe in it. But I don't see where the Christians derive it. So, fuck, I don't even give a shit what I was talking about. Let's continue talking.
Your fears and expectations fuck us up.
Yeah.
Because life is chaos and we have to be improv.
Life is an improvisation.
Yeah.
If you...
each moment is improv.
Yes.
Yeah. Man, those scripts really would fuck me up.
Yeah, absolutely.
God damn.
The fucking thought that God knows the end from the beginning is crazy. I think my bones is at the door. Would you mind checking for me?
Sure.
I do appreciate that. And that's the point, is they want it both ways. They want to claim free will, and they want to say he knows the beginning from the end. They want to say, this is an improv, but they're all on a script, right? They're all fucked up. Oh shit! Now I have a Bones and I don't have a Joe. I wanted them both, actually. All right. Oh, here she is.
Should just take a little time.
Oh, I see. You're just making sure the doors are locked and
Bones has
stuff.
got corona too. His head's hot.
Uh-oh. Let me see. Uh-oh. And let him sniff your brain and see if he salivates.
No, thank you.
Okay.
I
All
don't
right.
want to know the answer.
Just show him a picture then. Just show him a picture. Good boy. Go to bed. Right over here. All right. Are there any pictures of Bones on my Instagram? Check out Instagram for Boneses.
I don't think you're Instagram, but you do have one.
I'm almost positive. No. Listen to this. We're 3 minutes into 2.5 hours.
This looks ridiculous. This is like live action role playing. He's like,
The Crash and Mouse show. What was the point that Christian was trying to make when he said that murder is a right? That's a very good question. Thank you for bringing that up, because we can jump right to that and not fucking watch piece by piece. Thank you very much for allowing me to jump through.
For a moment. He preached that there was an underworld.
Let's see if we can.
I'm a man that believes in biblical cosmology. Law, how is one indicted? How is one proven guilty? And that's by.
and this is the proof that I exist.
I didn't make it.
So under your authority, you do this?
Do I what?
Under
Free will.
But he doesn't.
To choose not to.
But he doesn't, because he knew that he
Still
would.
rooting for him to choose not to. And I can guarantee you this.
You guarantee me something.
You know,
All right. I'm having a hard time finding it, and I'm embarrassed how long it's taking. So, let me just set it up for you, so you don't have to find it.
Yeah.
The question that I asked him was, "Do you own your kids?" And the point that I was setting up, I'm only doing half of the arguments because I'm seeing if this guy can even see what I'm talking about. He takes a lot of them a different place, and this one he definitely took a different place, because I'm saying, "Do you own your kids?" The answer is no, and so that means God doesn't own us. Okay, and that argument might take a while, but it definitely does. And so. He heard that. Look, I'm not a prophet. Frying Spaghetti Monster didn't tell me what's wrong with him. But he did tell me something that might be wrong with him, that can cause this behavior. And something is wrong with him. And I'd like to help it not be wrong with him. But I think he hits his kids. And I think he does it a lot. I think he says to them, while he hits them, "I own you." So when I asked him if he owned his kids, he felt guilty and ashamed about the last time he heard that phraseology and was brought there. Also, I think his kids are in the audience. So, Joseph, if you're hitting your kids, I don't hit my kids anymore, Joseph. I can help you quit. For real. In reality, I can show you how it's done.
Yep, and they don't owe you their life.
Oh.
Also, you chose them.
Yeah, if he's listening, I definitely can get you from here to there. You can stop. We'll go over the pieces that get you there in your order. From if you need whatever you need next, that's what we'll go over. I'm not trying to accuse anything, because if you hit him, And if you want to stop, let me know. If it's something else, cool, no problem. I didn't say I knew you were, I think. But, so what I think the point he was making was, my behavior is justified by my book. And then, sort of, he was looking at this debate as, every time he gets the microphone, he should talk for a minute. Okay? And so that's sort of the expectation that he got stuck on. And so, after he said that, my apology, just threw the lighter at Joe's face. Just out of nowhere, just threw it right at her face. I was gesticulating after, and I accosted my co-host. My apologies. So anyway, after he reacted to my question, he continued to fill time, and sort of like what he was doing, I think, was giving two sort of sermons that he's heard about sort of like justifications for shit in the Bible. I think he was doing two things at once, because he was talking about the rights we have as wild humans, okay? Unsocietied humans, okay? Let's think about that as an idea. So, and he didn't set that up at all, right? And he's saying, very well, okay? He's saying the unfettered wild human in a world where there is no society, happens upon another human, they each decide if they're going to kill each other, and whatever happens, happened, right? Like gorillas, let's say. That's sort of the point that he was making. But at the same time, he was saying, in America, okay? And that's not at all what's going on. That's not at all what we mean by rights. He says, in America, you have the right to kill people. And it's like, what in the fuck? So, I think it's two sermons that he's talking about. One of the sermons sort of derives, sort of, I don't know. It's used in some Christian thing. I don't even want to fucking give a shit about what it's for. I don't care, right? Mm-hmm. And then the other sermon is sort of this sort of nationalist sermon that he was doing that he's getting from his other brainwasher, right? His political ideology. And I think he was mishmashing some too. Because no, in America you do not have the right to kill. That thing where he was like, my.
I was just remembering. You're like, no, what?
Yeah.
Your responses.
It reminds me of a story that the thing that we talk about on the mission. We'd be like, we'd talk to new missionaries. We'd call them green. We'd call them green, I think.
Greenies?
Right. Mm-hmm. And we'd say, "Are you training?" is what we'd say. Mm-hmm. And so, pretty early, we'd be like, "Hey, did you hear? You get to watch one mission on your one movie on your mission." And they were like, "Oh no, I didn't hear that. What? One movie?" Like, yeah, one movie, and then you go home, like that. See, it's funny. And so I think that's what he's saying is like,
you can send home. You can,
yeah, and then you sent home. Yeah, I didn't even punchline it right. Jesus, hold on, fucking. Wait, let's take that again, can we? Hold on. Take two. So, I think that was the point that he was making, was like, I mean, you can murder someone. Like, oh, yeah, I guess you can. But we don't have the right to. And so, like, I don't believe that we really should connect. I don't think we should religiously derive our rights. I think we can socially derive our rights. I think religiously deriving them is dangerous.
Should just be subject to that individual, right? Like, it's so kooky.
It's very difficult, and it's not my job. I am not a political leader. I have not even looked up the YouTubes on this to fucking know what the fuck I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. I'm religious, right? And religion is entertainment. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, as far as like what would work, I don't know, but fucking this one appeals to me. That's what I'm saying as a religious person. Yeah. They all look terrible. None of them look like they could handle a coronavirus, mm-hmm. As it were. You know, handle or whatever. Let's see. Also, you mentioned that the COVID-19, how are you feeling? Where did you get tested? I got tested here at home with the Geraldo self-test, where you hold your breath for 10 seconds. So hold on, let me do it again for you, because he says if you can hold your breath for 10 seconds, you definitely don't have COVID-19. So, I really want it to not be the case, so I'm going to keep taking this self-test that we can do, charting them, seeing how many times I can do it. So, let's count to 10 here. See? I just can't do it. All day it's been like this. So, as much as I like it to not be the case, I am failing all of these self-tests. And, I think I've sent the text to the number to where, because Trump said that anyone who wants a test gets a test. And so, like, that one's coming in a minute here. I don't know how they're going to deliver it. Hopefully by drone. So we'll get that one ready. Oh, Joe's getting a call. She's gonna go schedule the next debate. Meridian Heights. Hello, Meridian Heights. Hello, Pastafarians. I really enjoyed the video. Good. We were going to go over it, but as at least 2 people here have indicated they've seen it, let's not go over it, shall we? let's talk about the funniest parts. Oh, okay. So that guy it was named Simon or whatever. Is that guy that like I was like, what is his name? And then I just immediately called him an idiot. Man, where the hell is he? It's really, he's here the whole time. It's this guy right here. Yeah. So, okay. At the end of it, I was sort of mean to Joseph when we got off the stage. When he came over to me after the debate, so I left and he was preaching, and I just walked away from it because I don't have to listen to it. He's not talking to me. And I talked to other people on the way out, and then he approached me and with all of this fucking "I'm here for you, brother" shit, and it's like, oh my god, I was just not into it. And so I like accused him of not following the rules, and he definitely did follow the rules. Okay, so that was not true. Sort of like the dumbest thing that I'd done. Well, no, but I mean, fuck you, dude. We're debating. Don't fucking. You can't do that, dude. You fucking do that on the stage if it's real, right? Like, where was this on the stage? So, if you're talking to me, why weren't you talking to me up there? But anyway, I accused him of not following the rules, but that accusation was bullshit. So, I'm not apologizing for it. I'm just saying it's not true. Too early, Mitch. Lol. Not really too early in the day for to tell if I've got it. I had one of those thermometers with the laser. Hey Joe, how did that go? Did you set up all those debates? Man, the phone is just going off the hook right now.
More and more.
More on more.
They're excited.
Yeah, man.
They're like, I could do better than that guy.
I bet a lot of them could, dude. Dude, so there were a couple times we got sort of lost in the weeds. I think that I had the debate sewn up and won by the time that I said, if I could take you to the moon and you turn around, would that disprove the Bible? And he was just like, nope. It was like, cool, you just lost the debate. Mm-hmm. Right? And so from then on, I was just bullying him. Right? I was just punching him again because he won't get out of the ring. Right? Mm-hmm. So I had won the fight, and then I just get to kick him because that's what bad guys do. Yeah? So that's sort of what was happening after that. And hopefully I was, a kind enough bad guy to fucking jump from point to point to point to be like, your mind's rotten here, your mind's rotten here, your mind's rotten here, your mind's rotten here. And then I won again when he said, what are you trying to save me from? And I'm like, what, yeah, right. I'm like, what do you mean by save? And he's like, you tell me, what are you trying to save me from? And I'm like, this is what I'm trying to save you from. And then afterwards he's like, well, I agree with everything you said there. Mm-hmm. I think I won. So, yeah, he really does believe in a flat earth. I literally didn't know that before we went,
Would you changed things you asked or even continued it on with getting him to a debate if you'd known that before?
I think I would have tried to get this other guy to debate, I think maybe he's not the one to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe somebody else sort of understands it a little bit better. I think somebody's telling him to not believe in a round earth. Because this guy here in the hat who fucking told me that he knows my fucking business.
Standing up here.
Yeah, right? And so these things, right, are what we are standing on as the participants, and he is standing on one as if he is a participant, right? He's not doing this intentionally because he has no self-control, even though they fucking claim it, but he is up there fucking... He thinks he's doing it on purpose, but you can't be in the ring. It's a debate between two people. This guy attempted to talk to me continually over and over and over, tried to interject into the debate. The only thing that I said to people who were talking to us was stop it, and then some guy walks by. I won the debate again when somebody walked by, fucking elbow bumped me, and this motherfucker attacked him, right? Mm-hmm. Because he thinks he's mirroring me when he escalates, and that's the point. I tell his people who are trying to debate me, shoosh. And he thinks that he gets to talk to anyone who says they agree with me and tell them they're going to hell. And that is a big, big difference. That guy wasn't talking to him. That guy didn't ask him any questions. That guy didn't try to interject into the debate. He just wanted to walk by and let me know that I'm not alone. And for that, he gets fucking yelled at by one of the debate participants?
On a
No,
microphone?
he does not. That's right. Fuck that shit. On the microphone, probably. Right. And I might not have, right? Have the microphone down and just telling people shut up. Maybe I'll have it on and say shoosh to them. But that was really, really fun to fucking shoosh a guy. Because that's the point, is they cast you as the bad guy. And I'm not saying you get to murder. I'm not saying you get to fucking steal or anything like that, right?
Yeah, you don't break the rules. The laws.
You don't break the laws, yeah.
Pardon me.
Right. So he definitely did not demonize me. Neither did he. Jesus, can you?
Cough and sneeze.
This is very, very serious
I
here.
had to set down my weed. That's how serious.
No, my stream is serious. The thing that you're interrupting is serious.
Oh, I forgot about you guys.
Yeah, tell me
Sorry.
about it. Jeez, I
Sorry.
feel incredibly forgotten about. Oh, too early for the Geraldo joke. I don't know what you mean by joke. So,
Too soon. I don't know about my mommy or my grandma yet.
Oh, well, no. First of all, yeah, I don't know about any of my loved ones either. I'm hearing word that my father discontinued some of his social behaviors over 20 days ago, and so I'm like, well, he is very Promethean. Way to go. Hopefully he's late 70s, so you know, hopefully he avoids it. But you know, it's right next door to him. You know,
Yeah.
it's the corona's everywhere. It's all around you.
Yep. Grocery store people are being tested positive. Grocery store workers.
I know, the fucking manager who helped me out at the very last thing, he was all like so like flippant and didn't care, and was like, here you go, just acting like it was a normal day, and it's all right. So like, what's weird is there's a lot of people who are seeing this sort of shutdown as like a last call, you know? Like, they're misunderstanding sort of what that line is.
Right.
Like, a lot of people
Last call,
think
get your
it...
drinks before work.
That's right. It's like,
Closing.
we're closing for Monday, and they're like, oh, cool, that means Friday's fine. And it's like, no, it means it's getting more and more and more and more dangerous
More riskier.
until we cannot allow it anymore because it's too risky. Not, things are going to be fine until then. No. The company doesn't want to shut down ever, and the government's telling them they must, and the company's being like, well, must, and they're fucking making it last as long as possible.
Right.
And that's what capitalism is going to
That
do
is
to
what
you.
capitalism is.
Yeah. So,
You must make money every day, or you're dead.
or you will die. That's right.
And I'm talking company standpoint too.
That's right.
If they don't get profits that day, they can't pay the people they hired to be
Yeah.
there the next day.
So hopefully Mitt will save all the companies that he loves by giving $1,000 to every person, so that the companies don't have to foot the bill or take the risk. Yeah, the companies won't be crushed because they risked it all in case of global pandemic. They just want fucking, you know, free get out of jail free card in case of global pandemic, and I'm not sure that a solvent company needs one.
Yeah, I'm not sure that either. Well, there's so many things.
Yeah.
Just fuck it.
Fuck it all.
They should not live forever. They should not. If they can't.
Yeah, fuck you, companies.
They're not a good company.
Corona's
if they
come for
can't
you. If it's gonna
handle
kill Grandpa,
the
it's gonna
chaos
kill fucking Planters Peanuts, right?
of the day.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So.
So anyway, welcome to lockdown, motherfuckers. Give me that fucking $1,000, Mitt and Yang, 2020. Would you vote fucking Romney Yang 2020?
Yeah, I would.
Me too, isn't that stupid?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking middle ground third party could walk away with this election.
Oh my gosh.
Still.
Gives me chills.
Ooh, gives you chills. Let's get in
The
touch with them.
Perfect third
Mitt,
party. They're
get your
both being
people.
Kicked out by the
I know you're
wrong
listening to me
parties.
with the NSA. I know you've got the capabilities, Mitt Romney,
Yeah.
the Mormon. I got the handshake. Let's do the handshake so that you know I'm serious, eh? My 7-to-5-year-old mom has COPD. This COVID thing would probably kill her. Yeah, hopefully she's in a safe place. I have
Taking precautions, yeah.
I have a very good friend who works in a sort of late
Retirement homes?
aged
Or-
care situation, she's having a very hard time keeping the kids away, as it were. They're all like, I'm gonna go see my mum, and it's like, it's best for your mum if you fuck off.
And for every other else's mum.
And other people's mums, yeah.
If you fuck off, and they're like, let me in!
But you don't understand, I am a loving son that just wants to fucking see my kid. No, yeah, they all are, aren't they, you fuck? But this is the only rule I want to break, not the rule of no shaking hands, or triple washing hands, or fucking social distancing. I hate the phrase social distancing, I think it's just so stupid.
Just be what?
Staying the fuck away from each other. Like, social distancing is what I'm doing with my mother. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, social distancing sounds so metaphorical for something that's just literal. Stay the fuck away.
Yeah.
Like, just stay away. Just like, we should just call it personal space, right? We should call it extended personal space. Social distancing sounds fucking so moronic to me. Like, the words could suggest what the fuck we're talking about. Like
Yeah.
that, I could call it fucking elbow coughing, right?
Uh-huh.
Or I could call it fucking Heilman technique, right?
Right, yeah.
Which one tells you how to do it in its own name? So, social distancing, and it's like, okay, so I need to tell my brother, I'm not talking to you for a couple weeks here, and I'm like, no, literally 5 feet is what we should call it.
Yeah. 5 feet.
Literally. There's nothing metaphorical or suggestive about this language. Stay the fuck away from each other. And
Back off 5 feet.
back the fuck off is what we should call it. Instead of social distancing. So,
Yeah.
the social distancing company, get in touch with me. Get your PR department in touch with me. I've got some fucking sketches to show you. This thing can go viral. Today, let's go viral. Also, anyway, we're also talking to Ekklesia, if you're there. If you come to watch, if you're like, Mitchell, you cheated. I surely did. When did I cheat? Did you notice? Let's talk about it, kiddo. We'll do it again next Saturday, hum. If you're here, would you like to talk about it? No, that's fine. Let's see, when else did I just fucking uppercut this bitch? They don't even know the discrepancy in the fucking story of the death of Judas. I'm like trying to describe so many things to them, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh my god, have you never even heard this one?" And then I'm trying to be like, "You're talking about Pascal's wager. Let's sum it up." And he's like, "Give me my minute." And it's like, "Oh my god, you're the one who told me we got to wrap it up." Like, he was so all over the place. He was way crazier than me, I think, and that's the game, right? Who's less crazy? Is that right? Am I understanding this game? I think I don't understand this game. I have fun playing it anyway. I think I get the points.
You're just up there playing, you're like, is this it?
Right? Like, what are you playing it for? Are you playing it for the fucking awards? Are you playing it for the fucking referee turning you and saying you win? Or are you playing because you love playing the game? Because that's me, motherfucker. I'm in the game. I don't need no awards. I win in my own mind. Don't we all? Yeah. But I do hope that everyone's 75-year-old loved ones, even the socially distanced ones, you know, like, you know, stay safe, you stupid fucks. You stupid fucks. Just stay home and catch up on your reading or whatever. Watch the Black Crystal thing. There's so much shit. Have you seen all the Mandalorian? Like, it's shit. But watch it, eh? There's so much shit to do. Like, just give in to that sort of homebody and just be depressed. Also, you don't literally have to stay indoors. You know, it's not like stay indoors. It's, let's not infect each other, right? Yeah. So, you know, plant a garden or whatever. It's fucking nice out there in some places. Yeah, walks are alright. And you know, with the proper stay the fuck away.
Garden. I've thought about that like 5 times.
Your backyard is your fucking anything you want to do, right?
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's just like, you know, if you're coughing and stuff, first of all, text that number or whatever, right? If you're showing fucking signs.
Yeah, so you can get Trump's free test.
Right, and then they send that ET van to your house that definitely isn't going to take you away and just pretend that you're not a death so that the numbers don't show bad on his fucking report card.
Because he'd rather...
You're definitely not going to get erased if you tell people you got this disease.
Understand the data of this disease than...
Yeah. He'd rather pretend the number's lower than understand it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Or not. Maybe not. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. Again, he was the one arguing for the right to murder. Lol. Yeah, so the right to murder... And he put that in some very strange bedfellows, right? He said if you're a guy, you have the right to dress like a girl. You have the right to murder. You have the right to drink alcohol. You have the right to... man, there was another thing. And so, like, just a fucking weird sort of equivocation between, like, moral laws and, like, you know, literal laws and, like...
Yeah, he's got them all mixed up.
Yeah, just is saying that it's all the same. And equating murder to cross-dressing. Like, literally.
Yes.
Being like, you have the right to do any evil, horrible, despicable thing you want. Mm-hmm. And it's like... Your metaphor is so muddled at this point, and you're taking a minute to sermonize isn't clarifying any of your fucking points. Like, what do you even think this game is, right? Like, you're doing my game wrong, and you're doing your game wrong.
Yeah.
So, he was nuts. He just sort of also...
The same thing with his dates and not actually figuring out the numbers. The fact that he just has them so generalized and so, like, they're this old, but I don't know what actual year that is. Any of them. He had to do the math twice to figure out the year.
Right.
On any question you asked him, because, no, it's just all fuzzy, magic, myth. And the more I actually see the details, then it will fall apart. Right.
And so I watched this with a good friend of mine, and he was he was saying, what I think you're doing on that whiteboard is writing down his answers and, like, so short of deriving a timeline. And although that probably would be a good idea if I'm really attempting to help Joseph come out of it right now, right? If this is me helping Joseph shed his mythology, that's kind of a good argument, a good way to do that.
Yeah.
But this is not me, right? This is not me doing that. This is me showing the audience that Joseph's mind is a tangled mess. He does not keep it clean. Okay? So what I am doing is writing down the question so that if he avoids the question, I can say you didn't answer it.
And it worked a couple of times.
It works a lot. It works.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much as much expectation as I've brought to this. Is I'm going to write down the questions so that if he doesn't answer them, I can have him answer them. And, you know, you can see how many times I do it, and you can see how much it trips me up, and it might, right? It might keep me on a script of, like, in the second half of it, of, like, we could go a lot of places in the second half, but I stay in a place where I'm just sort of asking him clarifying questions.
Expectations.
Yeah, right. And maybe that took us away from a place that would be fucking hilarious. Also, maybe it took us away from a place where Joseph actually hears me in the moment, which I literally don't think is possible. Right? Maybe it is possible.
Yeah, we want to learn how to talk through the defensiveness.
Right, but I'm saying I cannot to him right now.
Oh, I think so, because of the whole scripts he's built and the stage and the cameras.
Right.
And the audience.
Because he is at all defensive. Correct. Yeah. And so he and I would have to leave this place and go to a place where he literally feels not defensive. And I suspect that place will not be allowed to be recorded. I bet he won't feel not defensive if any of it is being recorded at all. And my entire relationship with him, I hope, is going to be recorded because that's why I have a relationship with him. Is because he is my adversary in this game and he's bad. I don't want to hang out with him at all. Like, he scares me, like, in a fucking personal way. How often do you find when debating Christians that you know more about their faith book? What is your background? You always do. Well, rarely I don't feel that way. Okay, very rarely I don't feel because I can definitely feel, oh shit, this guy knows more about me than anything, about more than me about everything we're talking about. I can definitely tune into that and notice when it's happening, and I very, very rarely feel it. Catholics know a big book that I don't understand. Like, I can feel like my ignorance on a lot of Catholic stuff. I can feel a lot of ignorance, my own, and a lot of other people. But like, sort of like in common things, very few people know more about general Christianity. A lot of people's understanding is very specialized to their one sort of edition of the Dungeon Master's Guide, or whatever you want to call it.
Their version.
Right. But
Which season are they doing?
Right. So my background, to get to that, because that will illuminate the other answers as well, is I'm post-Mormon. We were raised reading the King James version, which is a very common version, and so that's nice because that's very, very broad.
And we read it on our own as well as out loud in groups.
Right. And so the cadence of the Old Testament and the cadence of the Book of Mormon is very familiar to me, and so it doesn't. It's. And there were maps in the book, and so the land of Jerusalem has been a sort of fascination of mine for a while. The hymns were there, so there's a lot. But there's a lot of specialization, of course, in Mormonism, and sort of I'm shedding myself of those things. They don't really, the very specific parts about Mormonism, I don't really care so much about that anymore. I'm just talking Christianity in general now, and so nobody knows that. They're always preaching their brand, right? Their one version. So they definitely know more about that than I do. And if I'm debating them, I know more about general than they do because they're specialized. But because I don't debate people who know more than me, like, very rarely someone comes up on the street and like demonstrates my ignorance about anything, and I can see it. It's like, yeah, I don't know, right? Like, and if anyone, because my ignorance is real. Like, my ignorance of when the pyramid was built is plus or minus 1,000 years, right?
Yeah.
So, but they are more ignorant about it, is the whole point. Relative ignorance compared to the people I'm talking to, very rarely am I more ignorant than them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that is the point, is when I was a Christian, it was because of my ignorance. When I was a Mormon, it was because I'd never heard the arguments. I'd heard some arguments, especially especially the arguments that they felt they had good defenses for, right? They were like, they say Joseph Smith blah blah blah, but they don't know blah blah blah. That was very, very common. But the ones that they didn't really have good defenses for, they didn't be like, they say this, and to be honest, we don't really know how to answer that, but we know there's an answer. That wasn't very common. So.
Yep. Let's go to commercial break here.
All right. My producers are telling me.
Off-mic business.
My producers are telling me that she's going to do some none of your business. And I have 6 minutes queued for that. See you in a minute. 6 minutes, actually.
something better out there. Love and compassion. That day is coming. All else are castles built in the air.
Hello there, it's me, Schizophrenic. 3 p.m. where I live. Where I work. Where I work live now that we're on fucking total lockdown. Yeah. Welcome to Radio Show Lockdown. Welcome back to Radio Show Lockdown. Back. Section 2. Well, Section
3.
Well, I mean, I don't think we number the first section. It's the pre-section, right?
That's true.
It's section like I,
That's
you know?
correct, or 0.
Yeah, good point.
0.9.
Or -1. Meridian Heights says, Joseph... Hello, Meridian Heights. Yeah, look, he's up there. I probably said hello to him there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, the Crash and Mouse show, I said hi to, and I believe, but welcome to the show. I don't think we've seen you here before. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much for your questions. What insightful questions they are. This is exactly what we want. Not only, as we're going to find out, is Joseph pretty much a dream come true. You are as well, Crash and Mouse. And you, Meridian Heights, of course.
Yeah.
Let me get to all of the words that I'm trying to quote here. Joseph, pretty much your dream come true, right? And getting it on video, priceless. Congratulations, my friend. I'm so happy for you. Happy face. I've been listening to you for almost a year now, and you've been waiting for an opportunity like this. Mm-hmm. First of all, surely it's been more than a year, right? Feels like it, hasn't it? Come on. But then I think to myself, yeah, I think I noticed Radiant Heights showing up in last spring, wasn't it? I'll have to go check my records.
But it also feels like we've always known.
Been a long time. Quite a long time. Let's see, what else are we going to talk about? Absolutely. Fucking dream come true.
Dream come true.
Right? Like, perfect. Like, exactly what I was looking for.
Yep.
Street debates. So.
Microphones? They have microphones?
We brought the microphones. So, in the preamble.
They took the time to figure it out instead of, like, panicked and were just, like, making do with squeaking mics the whole time.
Correct.
Yours, the first one you had was going out. Like, I could only
Correct.
hear you sometimes.
Correct. That's a very good point. So let's point out their agility. That they expected there to be 3 microphones. Correct. Mm-hmm. Their expectation was these 3 microphones will work, and we got there. In reality, only 2 worked.
Correct.
So, I'm not saying they were 0% agile. I'm saying when he got in the ring, I took his feet out from under him. I don't think he ever got up. Yeah, absolutely. Dream come true. Mm-hmm. Isn't it? Isn't it exactly what we need in order to show what we're doing here as the alternate voice to whatever this is, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever happened to Joseph, he was at a low point. He was at a place where he thought only crime would bring him his goals. And then he was like, this shit is going to kill me. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to be a good husband if I'm dead. And then Joseph thought to himself, something's got to change. Who's selling something that will help me change? And he found this. Okay, I don't know if it was on a billboard. I don't know if a friend of his had it. And I don't respect this. And as an aside here, I don't respect. I haven't respected Joseph yet. Okay, just to be clear, I have not said I'm going to respect him, and I have not also respected him. But I got what I want out of him, and he gave me exactly what I want, and it's priceless. And yes, and I felt it on the day, and I was like, if we can sell anything, right, we can sell. If there's a production company, and they're like, we make TV, blah, 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 we're looking for something to fucking make. We have the cameras, what should we point it at?
Yeah.
They could get in touch with us, and we could be like, you can point it at this shit, and I can fucking give you a 2-hour debate every week, street debate, Denver. And next season is street debate, Venice Beach, and that shit will be great, right? 2 hours. This shit took me a week. I found Joseph, and we organized this, and I did it with some. I wasn't just playing the bad guy here. I was playing the bad guy to Joseph all week, right?
Yes.
So, I wasn't just wrestling when I was doing the theater. The whole day was wrestling. The whole week was. It was exhausting.
Hey, you called him on the phone randomly.
That was great.
You YouTubed him daily.
Yes, I definitely commented on YouTube daily. Yes.
So we're not going to bring one, are
right,
you?
Yeah.
You
I accused him of lying. Accused him of so much shit. And he was all like, you have my word. And every time he said anything less than perfect, I was like, I knew it. It was really cruel. And I don't normally behave like that. Mm-hmm. I was behaving like that because this motherfucker is my adversary in this game. Okay? But, yeah, he gave me what I wanted, right? And it is priceless, isn't it? I can sell it to the right whatever, right?
Yeah.
If someone's looking for fucking, we just did a hard one. I wish there was like a 3-month no pressure thing we can film. Yeah, here it is, motherfuckers. But I don't know if that exists. I don't know how to get in touch with them. It doesn't matter. That's a worry about another day. The worry about this day is you know what? I would like it again from him. Okay, I want more. So this I may have taken from him. All right, this one might have been at his expense. Okay, it might not have been equal. He might not have gotten out of it as much as I did. But the next one doesn't have to be that. Hey, if he is willing to give me more, I am willing to give him what he wants from me, which I think, if I were to sort of look through the weird things that he's saying, I think what he wants me to give him is respect. And so I'm going to start doing that next time I fucking hang out with him. Maybe not next time I talk to him, but the next debate will be about how can I respect you when I can't respect your religion. Maybe that will be my premise. But I definitely can give him what he wants. In exchange for what he's giving me, which is exactly what I fucking want, right? Like, holy shit, he's perfect. How on earth can you be a flat earther?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. And thank you very, very much. And how very kind of you to notice.
Right? Yeah, to understand.
Yeah, it's very kind of you. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. Even going into it, I didn't even realize how perfect it was. He moved the location. Hold on, this might be a friend of mine. Oh, Joe's leaving again. Man, so much work. They're calling on all the telephones. So the bait went great, as you can see by how busy Safe Word Studios is today. Meridian Heights says at the Crash and Mash show. Oh, hey matey, welcome aboard. Yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. You know, we're in lockdown. It's the Corona lockdown, and we're just sort of chilling out. I'm going to do a lockdown show as many days as I can. You know, if I'm not contagious by next Saturday, I'm definitely going to go out and do it again. Hopefully, Joseph will be there. We'll be able to talk. We'll continue this thing. I think it's a very good idea to continue this street debate. I think that...
yeah, there was a few people that walked up, I think, that wanted to debate in the future with you.
Absolutely. I can show you...
Not a part of his group.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they may be part of his group that arrived later.
Oh, okay.
Not positive about any of the sort of people. Except for the man with the camera who told me his story later.
Wise.
It's something other than wise. It's that I don't even trust myself. I think I'm wrong about everything, right? Mm-hmm. It's more like self-critical, right? It's the perfectionist in me, like, you don't know that. I'm like, I don't know that. Maybe it's wisdom. It feels like bullying inside. Just immediate criticism of any thought I have. Yeah, but is that 100% correct? No, not 100%. Oh, that's what I thought. And, you know, I kind of expect everyone to sort of have that. I don't think it's a bad piece of the sort of decision machine. You know, I'm not trying to cut that out. You know, when I have a thought, criticizing it is a great idea. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Let's see. What else? Let's talk about this fucking shit that we did. What a blast it was. Yeah. Tons of people though came up to agree with what you're saying. At least 2 people, I think, were like, "I'm next." Uh-huh. If we count Simon, was his name, the idiot from the beginning? I don't care. Let's find his face. I think I can find his face.
Philip?
Could be very much Philip. So since then, the only message that I've gotten from Joseph has been, hey, if your wife wants to moderate, she can. And you don't, right?
Fuck, no, I do not want to.
Cool. So the answer to that is no, and I think he's going to take it the wrong way. I think he misunderstands a lot of what I say. I don't think all of it's intentional. I think a lot of it is. I am surprised though. With how weird he was about so many of these things in the beginning, I was surprised that he knew the answers to the Gospels. I'm surprised that he had such a tight view of when the Gospels were written. When I was preaching Mormonism, if you were to ask me when the Gospels were written, I would have said, I don't know, AD 30, you know? I don't know, 45 or something. I don't know. So yeah, it's interesting of him. But then he started talking about Mark first, which I took as a sign that he knew that Mark was first.
No, that's right.
And then he was all like, I didn't say Mark was first. And I was like, oh, whoops. Oh, well, scratch this one off. So yeah, the point is, like, if we were to write down sort of the answers he was giving and make a timeline, we might be able to show him how sort of, soft his answers are, So, but I'm not doing that. It's a bit too reasonable. I don't have to be that reasonable as the bad guy, right? I don't have to finish the thought, right? As the heel. What we're all doing is noticing that he can't see where I'm headed, right? Like, I'm going to land the plane on a thing where it's like... Because he didn't see my argument at all. My argument was, if you worship an evil god, it makes you more evil than you were before. And the God of the Old Testament is evil because he believes in slavery, he preaches homophobia, he preaches misogyny. He didn't see my argument at all. Another argument that I made was, you don't know what the fuck's going on because you don't have a tight timeline of all these events. When I ask you about when it happens, you're just like doing the math right here in front of us, and you have plus or minus 250 on it, right? So this looks like the first time you've ever done this math, and so it's I don't have to summarize that. I don't have to say, and so, ladies and gentlemen, because that's the point, is this is a street debate. It's not for the jury. It's not so I don't go to jail, because that's what the other debate is. It's like pre-law, right? And so for us to be conflating pre-law with religious arguments is dangerous. But fun. Dangerous and fun. I know I'm conflating it, and so that's okay, right? But I think that guy doesn't. And so, like, that whole fucking thing about the right to murder is very, very bizarre.
Very.
Very bizarre. And then laying it right next to right to wear a dress. Because it's not even cross-dressing, eh? That's saying that a man is wearing a woman's clothes. And the point is, there's no such thing as women's clothes. There's a man in a dress, right? Yeah, so, they're way, 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 way behind. Also, one of the greatest parts of it was when he was all like telling me what I believe about heaven, which was really cute. He did some research, that's nice. And
yeah, that was cute.
That was cute. And then he was all like, stripper warehouses, that sounds sexist. And I'm like, is it sexist if there's boy strippers in there? And he's like, well, I guess not. And I was like, cool, there's boy strippers in there. And he's like, well, I didn't see any boy strippers. So I like that move. There was this one move. Okay, so at the end, at the second half of it, we get caught in this fucking weird sort of circle that he can't fucking... Or that he gets lost of. Like, because the point is, you're supposed to give up control with a question, right? And so he's like, can you prove you exist to all these people? And my answer for that is yes, right? I can. It takes a long time, and you can't interrupt me with preaching. And so then he said, prove it, practically, right? And so I started to do that, and after I had gone for like a minute, or if I had asked him any questions, according to the rules that we set at the beginning, he could talk for a minute, right?
Yes.
And would. And then I'd just be like, stop doing this. And he'd be like, but the rules say I can. And it's like, but you asked me a question. And he just couldn't understand what I was talking about. I was like, you asked me to prove to all these people that I'm real. And he never gave me the time. So, what a weird fucking thing that was. What a joker. Also, by the way, you have to pay for that. Go fuck yourself. I can say, yes, I can. And then when he says, do it, I can say, pay the fee. You piece of shit. I'm not giving away to all these people. This is my livelihood here.
Right.
What do you think they're paying to see in that private building where you're not allowed to record it and give my secrets out on the internet? What the fuck do you think is going on there? I'm telling you the secrets. You want the secrets? Come to the fucking meetings. Christ. What the fuck is wrong with that guy?
The sense of rightness. Is
Self-righteousness, yeah. Man, I fucking nailed him with that accusation the other day. Last week, I was like, his self-righteousness of fucking not giving a shit about my my statements about consent and then putting his phone number up on the internet. What a very weird thing for him to do, to just put his. I asked him for his credentials, and he showed that card that he showed to the camera the other day. So I've got better credentials than him, I think. But anyway, during that thing where I was trying to prove to everyone that I exist, because that's apparently part of religion. Very, very important thing that he can do, by the way, is prove that he can exist. That's definitely a thing he can do. I asked him, "Are you even listening to the sentences that I say?" And he said, "No, I'm not." And so I think I won. I think I was really happy with that one. And so then, I just went over some of the controversies, and just the ones that I'd been thinking about, right? You don't have to like keep a list of here's the knockout punches. When you're in the position, make sure you fucking execute it right. It's like, no, they're just the moves that I've been working on in my own mind lately.
Yeah, you've been mixing them up and
right.
using them all. And...
Yeah, whereas he was reaching, who knows how far back he was reaching for some of the sermons he attempted out there on the field. Like, he had not warmed up many of those moves. He thought they were ready because he thought the Holy Ghost was going to help him fucking do it so right. And so, look, he comes off the stage and he approaches me afterwards, and there's genuine concern in his eyes, right? And he's like, "Dude, I'm here for you." And like, fucking, first of all, that's what I said to you, you piece of shit. Right? Stop using my moves. And secondly, no, you're not. You're here for the debate. You were here to preach to all these people. Go fuck yourself. Let's do it again then. And we'll fucking look in each other's eyes and we'll answer each other's questions, and we won't need the fucking rules, don't talk to each other. Because when we talk over each other, it will be to communicate, not to stop it. Because you accuse me of wanting to not communicate. And I just want it to go faster. Because it takes forever. And we've got a long way to go, Joseph. It's going to take us a long time to get there.
It's kind of unnerving that, like, twice now there's been a Joseph that you've been talking
I
about.
know, I'm sorry about that. They need to chill the fuck out with that shit.
I guess I should choose a different stage name.
Then we got to change all the branding. Don't tell that to my executive producers. Like, even suggesting that gets me, like, looked at.
You get bonus points on your back for coming up with a great idea. Thank you and goodbye. And then 2 hours later, it's all rolling out.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Man, you work for a very agile company. It's fucking rolling all that shit out. So anyway, after the show, when I am not running on half a brain, I'm going to tell him that I'm very excited to see him again on Saturday. See what he wants to change about the format, and maybe I'll tell him that accusation that he broke the rules was not accurate. Maybe. I apologized here, and I'm pretty sure that's enough. Jesus. Let him know that I'm sorry. If you care about him. See if he sends that message on. And if he doesn't, that's proof he's not real. But if he does, that might just be coincidence. Let's see. Any other things that were so much fun about that? So hopefully I can debate that other guy. That, like, Simon guy.
Keep going.
Yeah. I would bring it up, but I tried a couple times and, like, my shit is loading super, super slowly, so I don't give a shit. Might be because the NSA is fucking hacking us again. Oh, yeah, they are. Look, here it is. You see this drop right there? That's definitely NSA. So, yeah, we're being DDoS'd again. So, yeah. I mean, the more they see your tactics, the fucking more wise to you they are, eh? So, I think I'm going to just let this one sort of, like, happen and wrap it up, hey? Yeah. Unless you got anything else to talk about, go check out the Patreon. Thanks again to our Patreons.
Yeah. Mwah.
So much. Thank you very much for the people who have hung out with us here today.
Yes. Always a blast.
As you become more and more locked down, please do think of us as like, I'm so bored out of my mind. What will I do? Maybe I'll just be here reading Terry Pratchett. Maybe Joe and I and my friend Carl will be playing video games, and we can text, and you can watch us fucking shoot Diablo in his face.
Yep.
I don't know. But lockdown is a fucking introvert's dream. So come and hang out with me. Learn how to be an introvert. It's so much fun. You get to stay up until 4 a.m. You get to see the weirdest things. Yeah. Please think of me during this great and silly lockdown. In fact, fucking lockdown is definitely season next, right? We're gonna have to fucking see what season it is.
Yeah.
It's definitely maybe. Anyway, I definitely maybe have a song right here for us to listen to. And I'll probably see you Pastafarians tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Another time.
Another lockdown, lock in. John Locke.
Don't forget to look at.
Don't forget to lock up.